Welcome to Básico Inglés 4.0, the radio show with Kyle Miller. Following class by class, step by step, the material of Básico Inglés 4.0 on Aprende Inglés TV. Class 157. Let's go! Beginner. Hello and welcome to class number 157. Welcome, friends. Yes, it is time to get started for another day. Once again, we'll begin with a review of yesterday's content. Yesterday, I told you about my twin cousins. My twin cousins. Do you remember all the details? Do you remember where they live? Ask me where they live. Well, actually, ask me if they live in Spain. Kyle, do they live in Spain? No, they don't. If you were listening yesterday, you'll remember, no, they don't live in Spain. Ask me what country they live in. What country do they live in? They live in the United States. The United States. So always with the article, the United States, the United Kingdom, we also say the Netherlands, Hollanda, Holland, or the Netherlands. The United States. They live in the United States. I'm sure you remember from yesterday that they don't live in Florida. They don't live in California. They don't live in Maine. They don't live in New Jersey. What state do they live in? What state do they live in? They live in Connecticut. They don't live in northern Connecticut, they live in southern Connecticut. Ask me how old they are. My twin cousins, primos, primos. They're my twin cousins. They are, ask me how old they are. How old are your twin cousins, Kyle? They're 32 years old. They're 32 years old. Ask me if they live together. Do they live together? Yes, they do. They don't live in the north of Connecticut. They live in the south of Connecticut. What city do they live in? Do you remember? They live in Stamford, Connecticut. They live in Stamford, Connecticut. It's near New York City, not far from New York City, about 1 hour outside of New York City. They live together. Yes, they do. Ask me if they drive to work. Do they drive to work? Yes, they do. Ask me how many cars they own. Kyle, how many cars do they own? They have one car. They share it. They have one car. They drive to work. They work in a bank. Ask me if they work in the same department. Kyle, do they work in the same department? Yes, they do. They drive to work in the same car, to the same bank, and they work in the same department. And they're twins, and they're 32 years old in Stamford, Connecticut. Yes. Ask me if they have a pet. Do they have a pet? Yes, they do. Ask me if they have a cat. Kyle, do they have a cat? No, they don't. Ask me what kind of pet they have. Kyle, what kind of pet do they have? They have a dog. They don't have a cat, they have a dog. Ask me if they have a big dog or a small dog. Kyle, do they have a big dog or a small dog? They have a big dog. Ask me who walks the dog. Kyle, who walks the dog? Right? To walk the dog. To take the dog out for a walk. Paseo. They both walk the dog. They don't always both walk the dog together, but they take turns walking the dog. Yeah. All right, now you know a little bit more about my twin cousins in Stamford, Connecticut. Yes. All right, let's move on now to our translation list. Translation. Yes, that's right, friends. It is time for translation list number 56. This is a review, un repaso, a review of yesterday's list. So this should be no problem. This should be a piece of cake, pan comido, a piece of cake, right? No problem? All right, number 1. So en voz alta, conmigo, en voz alta. No tengo muchas cosas que hacer. I don't have many things to do. I don't have many things to do. Number 2. Me gusta pasar el tiempo en casa. I like to spend time at home. I like to spend time at home. Number 3. Me gusta ayudar a mi mujer en la cocina. I like to help my wife in the kitchen. I like to help my wife in the kitchen. Number 4. A ella no le gusta venir aquí. She doesn't like to come here. She doesn't like to come here. Number 5. Dice que tiene mejores cosas que hacer. She says she has better things to do. She says she has better things to do. Number 6. Tengo que hacer algo importante. I have to do something important. I have to do something important. Number 7. No tengo nada que hacer. I don't have anything to do. I don't have anything to do. Number 8. ¿Qué haces? And remember, it's not what do you do? No. What do you do is to ask for your profession. What do you do? Oh, I'm a teacher. ¿Qué haces? Ahora mismo, ¿qué haces? What are you doing? Yes, we use the present continuous. What are you doing? Como ¿qué estás haciendo? Pero ¿qué haces? What are you doing? Number 9. ¿Qué vas a hacer? En voz alta, ¿cómo es? María, en voz alta, por favor. I'm just kidding. But it is important to speak. Yes, it is important to speak out loud. En voz alta, please. ¿Qué vas a hacer? What are you going to do? Number 10. ¿Qué haces los fines de semana? What do you do on the weekends? What do you do on the weekends? Number 10. ¿A dónde vas? Where are you going? Where are you going? Number 12. ¿A dónde vas a ir este verano? Where are you going to go this summer? Where are you going to go this summer? All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our translation list, number 56. And then there were 3. 3 more lists. 57, 58, and 57, 58, 59. So, sorry. 4 more lists, sorry. 4 more lists to go. But still, we're approaching the end. Okay, approaching the end of the translation lists. So hopefully you're learning a lot, taking advantage. Aprovechando, taking advantage of these translation lists. Let's move on and take a look at something that is not on the television show. This is our extra word. That's right, our word of the day. Word of the day. The word of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is smile. Smile. Sonreír. To smile. The verb to smile. It can also be a noun. You've got a nice smile. And the verb, he smiled. She smiled at me. All right, she smiled at me. Every day I smile. Yesterday I smiled. Smiled. Now be careful, because this word begins with the S. Consonant, smile. Pronunciation. What? Yes, I want to think about pronunciation here. Smile, because it's not a smile. No, smile. She smiled at me. Repeat. She smiled at me. She smiled. The S begins in my mouth, not in my vocal cords. There's no vibration of my vocal cords. Smile. She smiled at me. She smiled at me. She smiles every day, and she smiled at me. I smile when she smiles. I smile when she smiles, and she smiles when I smile. Say that. Repeat that. I smile when she smiles, and she smiles when I smile. Smile. Sonreír, our word of the day. All right, let's move on now and talk about something that I do every day, and you do it every day too. Two things, in fact: to get up and to go to bed. To get up, levantarse. To get up, yes, levantarse, and to go to bed, acostarse. So people make mistakes with this. A lot of my students make mistakes with this. To get up, it's not the same as wake up, despertar. I wake up and then I get up. This morning I woke up and then I got up. In fact, I woke up first and I didn't get up. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, but I didn't get up. I woke up and I looked at my clock and I realized, it's only 3 in the morning. I don't have to get up. So I slept for a few more hours and I got up at 7 o'clock. I got up at 7 o'clock. Last night I went to bed at 12 o'clock, and I got up this morning at 7 o'clock. Todos los días me acuesto. Every day I go to bed. Ayer me acosté. Yesterday I went to bed. What time did you get up this morning? I got up at 7 o'clock. Ask me what time I got up. Kyle, what time did you get up? Well, as you know, I got up at 7 o'clock. Ask me what time I got up yesterday. Kyle, what time did you get up yesterday? Well, yesterday, I got up, yes, also at 7 o'clock. Yes. And the day before that? The day before that, I got up at 7 o'clock as well. What time did you go to bed last night? What time did you go to bed last night? Oh, I went to bed. I went to bed at midnight last night. Ask me when I went to bed the night before that. The night before that. Kyle, when did you go to bed the night before that? Or what time? Ask me what time. What time did you go to bed the night before last? I went to bed at 12 o'clock the night before last. My brother goes to bed at 11. I go to bed at 12. What time do you go to bed? I would like to go to bed earlier. It's my goal. I want to start going to bed earlier. I think it's a good idea to get to bed earlier, to get into bed, to go to bed earlier. Yes. Okay, so we have two important structures here, two important verbs: to get up and to go to bed. All right, let's move on and take a look at our vocabulary of the day. Vocabulary of the day. Yes, it is time for the vocabulary of the day. Our 5 words of vocabulary: incluso, aún. We say in English, even. Everybody was at the party, even my grandmother. Incluso, even. Vida. This is life. Vida. life. One life, two lives. My grandparents lived their lives in Canada. Población. Población, we say population. What's the population of Spain? I think the population of Spain is about 46 million. 46 or 46.5 million people. Actuar. Actuar. This is the verb to act. To act. Actuar. Estar aburrido. Estar aburrido. Be careful with this. Estar. To be bored. To be bored. Here, you're the victim. You're bored. The environment is boring. When things are boring, I get bored. Are you bored? Are you bored? I hope not. I hope you're not bored. I hope this class isn't boring, because if the class is boring, you're going to be bored. I hope I'm not boring. Am I boring? I hope not. No, Kyle, you're not boring. We're not bored because the class isn't boring. Oh, good. Okay. I hope the class is exciting. Are you excited because the class is exciting? I hope so. I hope you're not bored because the class is boring. So bored and boring. Here we have estar aburrido, to be bored. Okay? To be the victim of boredom, which is the noun, boredom. Okay. We do not have time. I wish we had more time, but we don't. So we have one more thing to do, but we're going to leave it until tomorrow. I'm going to take a break, and I'll be back in a few minutes with the intermediate portion of the class, and tomorrow with class number 158. Will you join me? I hope so. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.